Hello, welcome back to my channel. Today, I had a really super early day at work, so I said, you know what, I have a bunch of videos to film. Let's go do that. So here I am with a March and April Empties haul, and I'm gonna switch it up a little bit today. I recently saw Angelica Nyquist. Did I say that right? I hope I'm saying that right. I saw Angelica do a ranking style Empties haul. So I think I think that's what I'm going to maybe try and transition to. I'm going to try it out today and see. So far, I do think, though, that it has allowed me to kind of garner my thoughts a little bit better in terms of, like, what I think about each individual product. So I do not have that many empties to share this time, so it should go kind of quick. And I'm going to just get right into it right off the bat. The number 8, my least favorite thing of the last 2 months. This is still fully full, but it's like, what is this for? This is the It Works MLM Scam of the Century. I'm embarrassed to say how many things that I purchased from them, and I'm even more embarrassed that I purchased Defining Gel. Ugh. This type of product, it's supposed to eliminate cellulite. Well, I guess it doesn't say eliminate anywhere, but basically it's just to like encourage self-massage, which is great. I do encourage that, but like for me to market this as a defining gel to like target, let's say, cellulite, I just think that that's a little bit predatory. I'm going to kind of play around on the internet and see how I can repurpose this, because like I said, it's almost still full. It's very old though, so I'll just have to see. But maybe I can put like aloe gel or something in there and make it like an after sun, because I do feel bad wasting like 6 whole ounces of product. But anyways, this one gets the dunce cap. Next up, sitting at the number 7 spot, this is the Better Homes and Gardens brand scented wax cubes. These ones specifically are vanilla caramel spice. So like it sounds like it's gonna be really yummy, but it just was very too much, I think, maybe like on the caramel note. I'm not too sad to be done with these, but in general, I do like some. In general, I do really like wax cubes, actually. I've always been a freak about wax, though. Like, even as a little kid, my mom will attest to this. I used to like dig my fingernails in all of her candles, and it would just annoy her so badly, which fair. I've just always liked playing in candles, so truly, honestly, I like a wax melter, because then I can just dunk my fingers in there and stuff. I'm not saying do that, I'm just saying I do it sometimes. You feel me? Anyways, would not repurchase these. I am not into these type of scents in wax cubes, you know? Next up, not that this one was bad, really, by any means. First of all, this is like a pretty good empties month. I've really been using the stuff I like. So, you know, that means that the stuff that you like is going to empty out faster, obviously. So this one wasn't bad by any means. This is the Briogeo Be Gentle, Be Kind Avocado and Kiwi Mega Moisture Superfood Mask. For me, though, this is only 1 fluid ounce, so it's kind of hard to really know if you like something by that time. This does have a nice smell, and it did feel nice and gentle, yet conditioning. But it just, again, is really hard to tell if you're in love with something by just a little sample like this. So yeah, just honestly based on that alone, just because I really could so take it or leave it, this is number 6 on today's list. All right, coming in at number 5 is the Maui Moisture Hair Care Heal and Hydrate plus Shea Butter Conditioner for dry and damaged hair. So I loved the product, but this packaging is honestly a nightmare. I will say that I believe they did repackage this. So hopefully there's not too many of this style on the market. I will try to find the new packaging and insert a photo of that. But as far as these like square bottles go, so they have just a little, flip closure top, nothing too crazy about that. But these are so hard to like squeeze. I don't know if it's because the plastic is thicker or if it's the shape that makes it harder to squeeze as opposed to like a round bottle. But so here's what I had to do. I had to flip the cap off with, obviously one hand. And then it was too hard for me to like squeeze in my palm like this, just using the strength of my hands. This feels so silly to explain, but it's probably relevant to someone out there. Like if it happened to me, I know I'm not the only one, right? So anyways, I flip off the cap, but I don't want anything to come out, so that's why I keep flipping it back up. And then I had to rest it like on my chest with my chin and push it out with like a fist to get enough pressure for any conditioner to actually come out. This was so annoying. So as soon as I had another like conditioner container that I could empty this to, I absolutely did that because this was horrific. And I don't have any type of like issues with strength or mobility. So if you are someone who does have strength or mobility issues, especially based on a disability, you can honestly just fucking pass on Maui Moisture. Keep all this in mind though, that again, I am speaking about the old packaging. I don't know, I haven't used the new packaging. I don't know, no comment at this time. It's all pretty good from here. So with that being said, here comes number 4. This is from Bath & Body Works. It's the Life of the Party Ultimate Hydration Body Cream. This, I believe, was a seasonal scent. I love this packaging. It's so cute. I actually don't love it in terms of, like, tubes for lotions. But in terms of design, I love this. It's giving fancy bathroom floor. I understand it's a disco ball, though. Anyways, this was a gift from my boyfriend's mother. So I believe it was, like, a Christmas time / like, New Year's Eve, maybe. Scent release, I want to say probably 2 years ago or something. The notes on this are pink citrus, bubbly prosecco, jasmine, and shimmering vanilla. And for me, honestly, all of that's coming through. I think they did a pretty good job of that. For me, this scent is kind of light still. Like it feels decadent but not heavy, if that makes any sense. And if you didn't tell me specifically, like if this wasn't just like a seasonal or I guess I mean to say like holiday release, I would probably think this could definitely be like a spring Maybe not summer, but it is honestly giving spring. So I will say that I don't love the Ultra Hydration body cream just because even though I have dry skin, something about lotion that's too thick like feels icky to me. I just need to be cautious about like not using it on humid days, which I mean kind of like duh, but also that type of stuff doesn't matter to some people. So I'm just saying like if you have any sensory issues involving like do you feel slimy when you put on lotion? That's kind of where I'm at with that. It doesn't stop me from using those products. Like I said, I just have to be a little bit more mindful about like the when and the where. But anyways, next up, you wouldn't really know it just based on the condition of this. So this is lash glue. This is the Duo lash glue in the, I think there's like a blue one and a green one. The packaging, I mean, this is obviously the green one. It's just dried up. It's not, technically empty. This is the one that I used to always use, but I just have not been wearing false eyelashes like that. Honestly, I can probably count on one hand the amount of times I've worn falsies in the last like year. We ebb and flow, and right now I'm in one of those periods where I'm doing like the 30-year-old like in my womanly era, which I guess looks different for everyone else. How am I gonna say in my womanly era, like looking like a painter? Women are painters too. Anyways, I'm just saying like my like low key like garden girl, like the being at home era. So it's just very much always light makeup or no makeup. Anyways, that's my whole spiel that literally none of you asked for, but you will receive it anyways. Okay. So okay. I'll just finish. You'll see. Number 2 is this Skylar Vanilla Sky little perfume. This is the Eau de Parfum. Skylar has its own brand, of course, but then it gets repackaged by Scentbird, which is who this bottle is from, but I actually purchased it off of Poshmark just in like a fragrance bundle with one that I really did like, and then she had a bunch of these small ones. And I was like, you know what? Let's give it a whirl. The main notes, I believe, are vanilla, cappuccino, and I can't remember if it's like amber or musk or something, but I'll put it in here. It's definitely some type of... Ooh, this kind of has like a lot more sprays left in it than I thought. Anyways, I'm really not getting... I don't get the cappuccino note. I do get the really sort of cozy type of feeling, but for me, that comes from the vanilla, and I do get that kind of woodsy. So at first, I really did not like this because I am a gourmand. Like, I like gourmand fragrances, but I'm not sure that I like them on myself. I think that's something that I have kind of learned in my fragrance journey. I think that I like them, just like in the air smell, from the bottle, and I think I like them on some other people, but I think that really like warm sort of dessert type of fragrances are maybe not for me in the way that they react with my body. I'm sure it, depends on each one, but this feels like gourmand but open-ended, and by that I mean, so this is not like a copy and paste like cappuccino scent, or like, oh, this is supposed to be like raspberry donut or whatever. This smells kind of more like almost like a vibe. Sounds so stupid. Than anything. Like it is giving coffee shop, it's giving cozy, but I don't smell it like literally, you know, like in terms of like copy and paste. There are some brighter notes on the top. I believe there's bergamot and like orange, I think. Maybe I am picking up a little bit more of that now, but I will say, in terms of lasting, this is nice, and that's when it kind of like gets better for me, because really only those like base notes, those heart notes are kind of remaining. And I like that. I do like this. I definitely would repurchase it. And I probably will at some point. I do have a couple of other just little small Skylar fragrances to work my way through, but I will say that I'm very excited to do so. Last up, okay, so don't fight with me on this. So do you remember just before when I was like, it's so hard to tell if you like something from just a little itty bitty sample? For me, fragrances are not included in that, and here is why. So this little teeny tiny itty bitty Weey Melrose Place Eau de Parfum. I also have the big bag as well. Actually, I kept this to see the notes on it. Smart thinking. This stuff, oh my gosh, is so good. Come on, please come out. Mm-hmm. Oh my god. This smells so... I never noticed it before, but it smells like one of the trees that on my block growing up that I always thought was a lilac tree, or lilac, however you guys say it. My mom said it's called like fake orange or something, but wait, what is bergamot? That's a type of citrus, right? Me wondering if that's what type of tree I've been smelling all this time in my childhood. Is that why I like this so much? Okay, this is described as a velvety, rich rose fragrance. That tracks. With hints of bergamot, lychee, cedarwood, and white musk. And this is literally this and, what is it? The Danza Toilette one. Why am I blanking on the house that makes that? But anyways, these are just the two most perfectly, beautifully, deliciously balanced perfumes I've ever smelled. Like this. See, it's so little I can't even hold it straight. For one thing, I realized I never liked rose when I was younger. I'm a rose-ass bitch now. I love a rose-scented product. I do, and I don't care. I'm told you I'm in my old lady era, but like... This is just so good. Like, I literally almost cried. This really just takes me back, and I think that's one of the wonderful things about fragrance. This is good shit. This is stellar shit. Good job, Weey. You fucking did it. You really did it. I will own a bigger size of this. I promise that I will. That's me making a promise to me. All right, well, that was it. That was my number one. Like I said, I only had 8 products that I emptied out in the last 2 months, well, honestly, not even, because 2 of them weren't even technically finished. But it's been a weird couple of months, and I will probably say that I would say the next Empties haul is going to be on the smaller side as well. Just because earlier this month I got my wisdom teeth out, so I've been really, really doing like minimum in terms of makeup. And, you know, for the first couple days I was like honestly doing the least in terms of just like taking care of myself other than like the surgery site, you know? So anyways, thank you if you made it this far. Let me readjust my... just so I can be a little bit more straight on with you. This shaking tripod is good. Anyways, if you made it this far, thank you so, so much. Don't forget to like and please subscribe. And I guess what I'm going to leave you with is, what can you make out of like gel? And this is not body gel, like body wash gel. This is like, it's giving aloe, like after sun gel. So I think that's probably what I'm gonna do with it. Could you make a hair gel? I do not need to make hair gel. I don't need to make hair gel. Scratch that.